Terrance, today I brought you to Boston, Massachusetts. We're here for only one thing: the most delicious hand-pulled noodles you've ever had. You gotta check this out.
Let's head on down then.
I'm Alex Berman.
And I'm Terrance Berman.
Two brothers with a big appetite and a love for the world's finest foods. We're traveling the globe to bring you the best meals on earth.
We're outside of Gene's Chinese Flatbread Cafe. This has been the home of some of the best meals of my life. Let's get hyped, let's try some Chinese food, and I'll show you why this is one of the greatest meals on earth. It's such a classic Chinese restaurant vibe. You know when you walk into a place like this, where the kitchen's going, everything's going, you know the food is going to be delicious. So I'm really excited.
I know you can't smell through your screen, but I wish you could. It smells so good. The Chinese food is all back there cooking for us.
And there's so many selections. Hand-pulled noodles, lamb skewers, there's so much stuff. I don't know how we're gonna be able to pick our three things. Let's find out. Could I have the hot and sour dumpling soup and a lamb skewer?
Here's a history lesson. Today we're having hand-pulled noodles, which are famous from Xi'an in China. The other thing that Xi'an is really famous for are the terracotta warriors, where there were hundreds or maybe even thousands of warriors buried in an ancient tomb. And every single one of those warrior statues looks different. None of those statues are the same. Each one of this guy's military members were crafted by hand into a statue and put in this ancient tomb.
Thanks, I didn't know that.
It smells so good. It smells like the best Chinese food you've ever had, times a million.
It's looking unbelievable. The thickness of the noodles, the lamb looks perfectly done. Ya boy likes soup. I'm ready to dive into some soup. So what are we starting with, Alex?
Well, I know you love soup, so let's start with the lamb skewer. Just get the soup. We'll eat the soup. Here you go, Terrance.
You got so much going on here. You got carrots, some parsley, and it's wontons on the inside. Look at that. I know it's gonna be burning hot, but I can't wait. There is so much flavor in this pork. The wonton noodle on the outside is cooked absolutely perfectly, and man, I could take a bath in this broth. So flavorful, like they've been cooking it and getting all those flavors put together for over a day. Easily 10 out of 10.
Let me try it before you take a bath in it. Yes, this is authentic Chinese dumpling soup. And I love Chinese dumplings. The perfect texture on the dumpling, soft, nice, thick, hand-pulled noodle around the dumpling itself. Very good coating. Vinegary broth. You got sour, you got savory, you got vegetables. What more could you ask for in a soup? Now, Terrance, before we get to the main dish, the main reason we're here, what if you try one of these lamb skewers?
The trick is, you don't want to eat it like this. You'll poke the uvula. So you got to eat it from the side. Wow. Right off the bat, it's covered in spices. It's not just lamb. I thought it was going to be just a nice lamb flavor, but they have some nice Chinese spices on the outside that are just making my tongue pop. It's so good. It's so delicious. Alex, try it out.
I actually got a second one. Let's try it. High quality lamb, fresh meat, no gaminess at all. It just tastes like beautiful, high grade beef. And like Terrance was saying, there is some spice to it, but it's nothing crazy. That's a lamb skewer. All right, let's try the main star of the show. Xi'an famous hand-pulled noodles, the best on earth. Let's see if Terrance agrees.
That's high praise for a noodle, but you can't eat hand-pulled noodles without chopsticks. Look at that pull game. Enough playing with the food, let's take a bite. By far my favorite thing here. The noodles have the perfect texture. It's like al dente Italian pasta, and there's some chimichurri in here. I'm loving it.
Let me try it. You know, in high school, they used to call Terrance Terry Chopsticks because he was so good at using chopsticks. What Terrance was tasting is a chili. So the way that these noodles work is they hand pull the noodles, then they layer them in here, and then they pour hot oil and chili over the top, which cooks the noodle at the same time as flavoring everything and tying it all together. Let's give it a try. Szechuan peppers, which is a high quality Chinese pepper that makes your mouth kind of go numb. Hand-pulled noodles are the perfect texture. If you like spaghetti, you're gonna love hand-pulled noodles. If you like a great Italian meal like linguine a la clams, you'll love hand-pulled noodles a la lambs. This is the spot to go for great Chinese food. Terry Chopsticks, you gotta coach me on this.
The lesson will be $9.99. No, I'm just kidding.
What an amazing adventure. Make sure you subscribe so you can see us again next time.
Next week on Best Meals on Earth.
I'm in a t-shirt, they let me right in. There's some other people in t-shirts, so